Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1962 Olympia SM7 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is a main roller that feeds the paper. And your margins are above that, and you just pinch and move them like that. And this one's going to set on 0, and this one around 70. It's about the length of a page. And on the left side here, there's a button, you push it, and it flips up the switchblade support arm that also telescopes. And this is the paper bail that holds the page down. It's got 2 rollers that are adjustable and a scale on it. We're going to test those margins. I'd like to move this one a little bit further. Actually, we're good right there. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit the slide space, get you back to the beginning. It skips 1, 2, or 3 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you flip that switch down. That's in the inside. Skips 2, 1 more, skips 3. That works good. We're going to keep it on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. If you flip it down, it prints the the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print anything at all. It just leaves a stencil, and if you have it on top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon. So we're going to move that down to the red. Beautiful typing machine. Olympia's, I consider the Olympia the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. The print is beautiful, and it is cursive. So surprise, surprise, rare cursive font. Very nice and very popular. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. Flip it to the front and unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to push this down and flip that back into the lock position. So I consider the Olympia, all the brands of Olympia that were made in Germany, to be the 3rd best typewriter. Maybe the 2nd. Hermes is considered the best, and then you got Olivetti and then Olympia. And you can interchange some of those depending on the model, but Olympias are very, very high quality, top of the line manufacturing from Germany. So can't really beat an Olympia. Backspace on the right side here works great. A shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. The tabulator is on the keyboard here, underneath the next to the space bar. Let me see what we have here. So we don't have any set, so we're going to set one in the middle right there by hitting the set button on the right side of the space bar. And when you hit the tab button, you'll stop at that spot. To clear it, you just go back to that spot and hit clear on the left side. And now we don't have any tabs, but I like to set one in the middle on every typewriter, so your typewriter doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear when you hit the tab button. MR on the left side, that stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, the keys are locked, so you can't print, but if you hit that MR, it'll allow you to go all the way to the end. That works good. On the left side here is the touch control. From negative to positive, the farther down you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. They do respond faster, but you got to hit them harder. Farther up, the less tension. We're going to put this back to the blueprint, which prints the top portion of the ribbon. Also on the keyboard, there's a lock. So if you move the carriage to the middle and you flip that up, it'll lock the carriage in the middle. And if you push it down, it'll unlock that carriage. On the right side of the carriage, there's a button. If you push it, it'll disable the spacing, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. And there's 2 other ways to disable the spacing, but when you let that go, you get those clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. And then here's your carriage release. This is as smooth as it gets. Absolutely smooth carriage. And this is the all tab reset, so that if you push this down, it'll disable all the tabs. So now when you hit the tab button, it goes all the way to the end. We're gonna go ahead and set another one there in the middle. And as we showed you earlier, this is the switchblade. It's so cool. So the two other ways to disable the spacing is to pull this knob out and turn it like that, or you can push the line space indicator all the way back like this, and it'll disable it all together. Push it back to the one slot and you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.